What is up, guys? My name is MipZ and welcome back for yet another League of Legends video. So today we are playing Israel, and this video was actually requested by one of our subscribers called MorWithX. I think that's how you pronounce it, at least. If I just completely slurred your name, then I'm very sorry. I'm pretty terrible with names. So if any of you guys are a bit like me and have a hard time pronouncing some names, or at least gamer tags, then write a +1 in the comment section for me, please. It really shows your sympathy for me, or at least that I'm not alone. But today we're playing Israel, and Israel is a really fun ADC. He's in my opinion, probably one of the hardest ADCs you can play, if not the hardest. Whoop. And the reason for this is that Israel is mostly based on skill shots, and for this reason I strongly recommend everyone that want to play Israel to put quick cast on, because it is going to make the game a lot easier for you, or a lot easier to play Israel. Because your combos are gonna be going off pretty quickly after one another, so you want to make sure that you are not delayed by having to click 2 times every time you have to click a spell. So yeah, quick cast on, guys. It's a really good thing, especially for Israel. So let's go through his spells real quick. Israel's passive is super intuitive and very easy, and for some reason a lot of people actually don't know how it works, which is weird. But what it actually does is that every time you hit a spell or just any spell actually, then it's gonna give you 10% attack speed temporarily, and this stacks up to 5 times, meaning that you can at maximum get 50% attack speed from doing this. Also, this whoop. Let's see if we can do something here. Okay, nice. All right, there we go. Also, this means that... Neat. Thank you. Nami got the kill. Oh, wow. Oops. Lol. No problem, buddy. But yeah. This means that your maximum can get 5 stacks of this attack speed, get 50% attack speed from that. And also, this stacks with, if you have a spell that hits more than 1 target, then it's gonna stack as many stacks as you hit targets, if that makes sense. So meaning if you hit your ult and your ult hits 5 targets, you get maximum stacks. Or if it hits 4 targets, you get 4 stacks. You get 4 stacks, not 44, but 4 stacks. So that's pretty much how that thing works. Whoop, I just took a turret shot to the face. Super simple. Your Q is Mystic Shot, and this ability is something you're going to be using a lot. It is kind of what makes Israel's kit work. I don't think whoop. Need my E. There we go. I just failed massively. But this is kind of what makes Israel's kit work, because every time you hit your Q, you do a good chunk of damage, but also it resets all of Israel's cooldowns of all these other spells by 1.5 seconds, and actually also of this spell, you also of itself, so of Mystic Shot also gets the cooldown reduction, or the reset. So this is very cool, and this is why you always want to try with Israel to get his other cooldowns or his other spells on cooldown before using your Q. I'm gonna show the full combo of what you ideally want to do shortly. Whoop. Once we've been through most of the spells. I'm just missing farm. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to try and commentate and explain things while also trying to keep a bit of focus. Whoop, can we do this? I feel like there's a lot of fighting down here. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so Israel's W is Essence Flux. And Essence Flux, what it actually does is that it puts a debuff on a target, and this debuff is then exploded or goes off if you hit the target within a short duration with an auto attack or with a spell. So you always want to try and make this thing go off. It deals some damage, and if it explodes and deals this damage, it also gives you some mana back, which is awesome. It actually gives you 60 mana back, and the spell costs 50, so you actually earn a little bit from it. So you gain like 10 mana from it, which is really, really neat. So we can make this work. Oh, I kind of feel that's yes. So it gives you some mana back and also gives you some sustain. But the very cool thing is how it works together with your E. So you guys probably know what Ezreal's E is. It's probably what he's most well known for. That's his like basically this kind of flash ability. So it has a little or a little longer range than flash. You can see this is the flash range and this is his Arcane Shift. So it can go a little further. It has a very short cast time. You can actually do this combination with flash and do an animation cancel. We'll see if we can make the room for that in this guy or in this video as well. But it's kind of situational whether or not that makes sense for us. Let's see if we can get some poke off on those guys. But yeah. So your E, basically what it does is it's like a flash, has a little longer range, has a bit of cast time, but also it deals damage to the closest target to where you land. So if I use E right on top of the Pyke here, the damage is going to go off on him. However, if I use my Essence Flux on a target, let's say, see if we can do it here, Essence Flux, and then you can see it always hits the target with Essence Flux on it, no matter which target is closest. So even if Pyke was closer to me there, then it would still deal the damage to their Anivia. So what you want to do with Ezreal is actually make sure that you get your Essence Flux onto the target you want to burst. That's gonna be enough. I don't think I can kill him here though. Oh, maybe we can. There we go. Nice. Good job, Army. That was a really, really nice knock-up by her. But what you want to do with Ezreal is you always want to get your W off first. Then you want to E, like your jump. And you want to jump not on top of them because you know for a fact that your Arcane Shift damage is going to go off on the target with Essence Flux on it. As long as, of course, that target is within the range of your Arcane Shift. So you have to be within its proximity. So your combo will generally look like you want to do W into an E, and then lastly you want to start using your Q. Because that way you ensure that your Q is going to reset the cooldown of your W and your E as fast as possible. Whoop, and let's get that one. That way you're gonna reset the cooldown of your spells as quickly as possible, and that way you can rotate through them faster. Also, this is the reason why you first max your Q and then you max your E, so your E gets shorter cooldown, and that's gonna enable you to rotate even faster. Generally, let's do this by... I don't think we need an extra potion. I think this is all good. So generally, what you want to build on Ezreal item-wise is you want to start off with a tier if you're doing decently in lane. If you're doing very well, you want to rust the Shen, because that's going to give you some initial extra damage. But for now, we had money enough for finishing what we needed here. We got ourselves a Shen, and we got some cooldown reduction from the boots. So this will enable us to rotate faster. I'm a little further away than these guys are, but I might be able to help them out. I'm going to throw my ult in there. And I'm going to do this. I failed my combo right there. We're gonna get that guy, and then I'm gonna lastly get this guy. And there we go. Nice. So I actually failed right there and did my combo a bit wrong. But it's fine. But one thing that's really good to do is actually you wanna make sure that you ult. Especially during team fights, you want to ult as early as possible, such that you get your stacks of your passive up. Also, if you hit all 5 targets from the enemy team, not only do you get the 5 stacks, but you probably just won yourself that team fight from all the damage that spell actually does. For those of you who don't really know what Ezreal's ult is, it's basically this thing called, I think it's called True Barrage, right? Yeah. Wow, can't believe I failed that. and it fires off this big plasma arcane thingy that deals damage to anything in its way, and the more targets it hits, the less damage it does to the next target, if that makes sense. So you actually want to hit this from a bush or something else, so you don't hit a ton of minions before it hits the champion you intended the spell to deal damage to. But of course, if you just go for the stacks, then hit a few of the minions as well, doesn't matter too much. You can also do the WQ combo. In general, you don't want to do that. The reason why I did it here is because I wanted to save my E potentially for backing out from an EVS stun. But generally speaking, you don't want to. Generally speaking, you want to make sure you get your flash or your jump on cooldown first. Oh, if we can get something here. I'm all good for this. Alright. So, as you guys see, we're doing pretty well in lane. Israel is not an early game champion. I'm not saying he's bad in early game, but he's not the greatest early game because he doesn't have a lot of push. Like, he can't push lanes very quickly, so he can get shoved pretty easily. Make sure we get that one. See if we can help out here. Oh, that was close. Okay. Nice. Alright, good job. 7-0 so far, 12 minutes. We're doing very well in our lane. I want to go back down in my lane. Nevertheless, I do have my TP ready. And we probably should back in a moment to finish off some items. But I am just going to go down here real quick. I don't think they have any vision. So as this guy runs down... Oh, wow. I can't believe I actually failed that. Let's get this health and just go behind our turret. There we go. But yeah, generally speaking, your combo is hit your W, then you want to E. So you make sure that your Arcane Shift explodes your Essence Flux. And then you want to use your Q in order to reset the cooldown of all of your spells as fast as possible. And for team fights and also for laning fights, if you have your ult, then using it early, such that you... Are we fighting? Really? I was super busy thinking. Okay, my team's gonna do fine here. I'm actually just gonna let this guy have the kill. There we go. It's his kill, and I'm fed enough as it is. That way it's going to be easy to win the game if not all kills are just on me. But yeah, that way make sure you use your... Okay, that was a super waste then. Make sure that you use WE and then into Q to reset your cooldowns of your spells. Of course, you can do WQ if you want to hold on to your E because you're afraid of a CC or something else, and you want to hold on to your E. Then, if your target is crowd controlled or within mid to short range, then you can do your W into Q and then hold on to it and then just try and spam your damage that way. But ideally, damage-wise, you want to do W, E into Q. And if you have ult, then ult before they can hit you, like before maybe just as you initiate, ult, W, E, Q, and you're gonna do a lot of damage. Also, make sure that you use your W such that you... or your E, such that you reposition yourself in a way where it's easy for yourself to hit your Q. And with your Arcane Shift, you don't want to jump right on top of your target, because you have the Essence Flux for ensuring which target your E is gonna hit. So there's no point landing right on top of a target. It is just gonna make it much more likely that you're gonna die. So instead, just do it such that you're at max range with your E away from your target. You can practice this in a custom game versus bots or something else. There we go. But so far so good, and I think we've pretty much explained how this champion works overall. So what we want to do now is we just want to try and play this game out. I'm going to show you guys what I think, what I'm going to do throughout the game. Whoop. And doing this... Oh, here, I can show you the combo right there. So that is the... whoop. There. That's the E into flash combos. So what I did there was I flashed, or I used my E first, and then I flashed after, and that actually kind of canceled the animation of my flash, meaning that I just, yeah, basically jumped very far, and then my E came afterwards and did a lot of damage. So that's how the E flash combo, if anyone who didn't see it, you can just scroll back or go back a little bit and try and see it in slow motion. It's a very neat trick, but it is very situational, especially for chasing down a target. But yeah, in general, I want to see if we can just burst that guy down. He is... Oh, he is tilted. Okay, I need to be a little careful though. I do not want to die right now. So let's have a look. What can we do around the map for now? Drake is coming up in 28 seconds. I want to make sure we get that one. Oh, crap. Alright. See if I can hit my ult here. Nice. Alright, so far so good. We're doing very, very well. But EZREAL is very much a champion where you need to think about your position such that the minions are not in the way of you. And you can actually deal so much damage. He's such a fun champion. And the good thing about EZREAL is, like, despite, I would say that this champion is of course not a champion that is great for 1v5 or 1v9. He is pretty difficult in that way. But what he can do is he's very, like, it's very easy. Once you're good at EZREAL, it's very easy to stay consistent on him. And what I mean with this is that even if your support is not amazing, then because EZREAL has this very forgiving spell, his Arcane Shift, his E, then it's going to be pretty easy for you to do... Oh, I might die here. Whew, that was close. That was actually close. But because he has his Arcane Shift, it is gonna be pretty easy to stay consistent with him. Just because you can always ensure we don't have Vi here, and they have Smite. Don't, dude. Just don't. And they have Smite. So let's go ahead and back off. I chose to go for the Iceborn Gauntlet. You could also go for a Trinity Force. Trinity Force is probably going to be better if you're playing with a full pre-made team where you are pretty sure that your team is going to do well and you can play around the team composition. But when I play solo, like I'm doing right now, I'm not pre-made with anyone. Then I prefer to go Iceborn Gauntlet. It's going to give you that kite ability from the slow. It's going to give you a bit more sustain, also from the armor. So overall, it is a lot easier with this for solo duo queue. So, but it's a matter of opinion. Try both. The other one is definitely going to give you some extra. I won't be able to hit him if I don't do this. There we go. There we go. Nice. Oh, I see one guy down here. I'm gonna be able to hit him there, hopefully. Nope. Alright. I don't even bother chasing him, though. Honestly. So, let's start pushing and make sure we take advantage and don't just play a kill game. I've been playing a bit of a kill game just to show you guys how this champion can be played. I'm not saying that I'm in any way a pro player at EZREAL or completely amazing at him. I know how to play him. I've played him like a good chunk. And he is a champion I play from time to time, but I'm not pro. This video is mostly just meant for showing you guys how you can play him. And if it's a champion for you. So as you guys see, I'm doing pretty well. I'm not bad. I'm not terrible at this champion. Oh wow, really? There we go. Alright, let's see if we can push this in now. That guy has no chance. Alright, so overall, this is kind of like how I play EZREAL. This is what you want to do. And of course, you're probably not going to have these games every game, but it should give you an impression of how how he can be played. And he's a very, very cool champion. There's a very high skill cap on him, and if you're good at playing him, you are going to perform pretty consistently in a lot of games. Whoop. I'm gonna be dead here, 100%. I super overextended. Alright, so what we're gonna build now is we're gonna build a Ruined King. So we are a pretty good part of the way. I'm not gonna be able to build anything off right now. I think we're gonna swap this out for Blue Ward. And we can actually just TP bot push this. I think the enemy team is pretty tilted. We're 12-1, and we only died because we kind of overextended a lot. So yeah. But yeah, one thing as a new player, I would probably recommend you to play a bit more careful with your Arcane Shift. At least really think about when you pop your W and use this. Do you put yourself in a position where it's easy for yourself to hit your Q? Or are you sitting versus an enemy where you actually really need this for like a getaway or something else? I could have TP'd there as well. Let's just push this turn. So really think about your positioning. Positioning is really key on Israel. It really, really is. If your positioning is bad, it's going to be hard because then you can't really hit your enemies with your spells. And then you're not really going to be doing a whole lot of damage. So make sure you put yourself in some good situations. And think about your positioning overall. I'm going to die here probably. Nope, okay, we got it. That was very, very close. Alright, heal back up from a lifesteal. And a terrible comp for me. Why? What? Where did this guy go? I think he's somewhere down there, right? I guess not. I have no idea where that guy went. He is Houdini himself. Alright, let's push this in Nexus turret and see if we can finish up the game. But yeah, Israel also really power spikes as he gets his Ruined King. It really does make a huge difference on him. So yeah, sadly we probably won't be able to see that in this game, but we're so far ahead, so you guys kind of get the idea. Israel is really a champion where positioning is key, and because if you don't position someone decently, you're gonna really struggle with whoop. Okay. I'm gonna need to get out of here. And I'm not going to. Alright. Fair enough. But positioning on Israel is really key. And now we got our Ruined King, so that's super nice. I think what we're gonna do, we're just gonna play it safe. Let's go Baron as I spawn. And then push. We can either push bot or we can just push Nexus. I think Nexus is fine. If we wanted to play it full textbook, we would just go push bot, but let's go up here. So yeah, make sure with Israel that you really play around your Mystic shot, and as you get cooldown reduction, you can see how fast we start to rotate through our abilities. We can do so much damage. You can go a lot of different ways with him. Trinity Force is definitely going to be optimal for damage, but I think Iceborn Gauntlet is going to be best for most players, especially if you're new at him. It's going to give you a bit of survivability, and it's going to give you that ability to basically kite a bit better. So that's very, very useful. And whoop. Let's see, they are on that one. Oh shit, I didn't even see that guy. Okay, now I'm actually throwing the game. Oh well, it's gonna buy us some extra time to play the champion. So let's focus up for a second and just finish off the game. So what do we need to do now? We need to get that Baron. That's our main priority now. We can either go Baron or actually our minions might actually finish the game right here. They're on to their Nexus. Got eyes. What are you doing? Okay, so let's go Baron if they're not already on it. I think there's a good chance they're trying to take it. Alright, they won't be able to. I don't think so. So let's get that. Wow, that was a good vision. Alright, let's go get that one and then finish off the game. What we want to build from here, we could do, I think, seeing as how we're playing right now or how far ahead we are on Israel, then you want to go something like Bloodthirster is a way of going. I would probably go this against this team. A Mortal Reminder could be really good against the healing, just to get the grievous wounds. If this game was not, if we weren't that far ahead, then that would really be worth it. But seeing as we're so far ahead, it doesn't really make that much sense. Make sure we just get this. There we go. And I'm just gonna go down and push. That's all we need. We have the Baron buff now, and we are gonna go finish the game. There's no way that they're gonna stay alive from this. I would be very surprised if they did. So yeah, he's a very, very fun champion, Israel. It's honestly, like, it is a champion that I would probably recommend people that are over silver or silver at least to play. If you're below that, you're gonna probably struggle because your team is probably not capable, or I don't know if they are, but it's probably gonna be harder for you to get games where you can actually play around the team fighting, because that's gonna be most of what's gonna happen. Like, Israel is so good in team fights because he can always stay in the back. He's very hard for assassins and other things to get to because he always has his E to reposition if needed. He can fire off a ton of damage from a good range. So yeah, he's just overall a very, very, very versatile pick. Like, you can really use him for a lot. So yeah, but I hope this just kind of gave you an idea if Israel is a champion for you. Even if you're playing below silver, I'm not going to try and discourage you from playing. I'm not saying it can't work and you shouldn't or anything. I'm just saying that that's kind of where he strives. As soon as your team starts to work together and work as a unit, then that's where Israel becomes a really, really, really good champion. But then again, he's just fun to play. So if you just find him fun to play, at the end of the day, that's what matters. And then go play him because he is really, really fun. It's fun to sit and fire those skill shots off. And every time you hit, kind of feels like hitting a snipe in a Call of Duty, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of it. I hope this gave you the impression or the idea of how to play him. If you're already playing him, it made you maybe more aware of what you should do to become better. Or if you're thinking about picking up, it decided your mind whether or not you should. But that's going to be it for this one. If you guys have some champion you want me to go through and show you guys how to play, then just write in the comment section below. I'll make sure to put it on my to-do list. But that's actually going to be it for this video. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, you learned something. If you did, then make sure to smash that like button, and if you're not already, then make sure that you subscribe underneath. It really means the world to me. It shows me that you guys like the content I provide, and it's gonna make sure that I keep making this content. And if you guys have some ideas of videos or stuff that you want me to do or explain, or something you don't know how to do, then just tell me in the comment section. I will make sure to get onto it. I already have a list from some of the previous videos of people that want me to do certain types of videos or explain certain things, so just make sure to write it down there. But that's gonna be it for this one. If you guys liked it, then make sure to subscribe, and that's gonna be it. As always, stay awesome, have fun, and take it easy, guys.